Is there another reason for the filing at this time? Or do the numbers speak for themselves? There is absolutely no correlation, Mike. It's evident that I'm being sarcastic, but he spends like a mother and likely has several $100 million in jewelry. I would estimate that they are close to $1 billion each. He claims on his Instagram that you should believe half of what you see and not all of what you hear, particularly when it comes to this nation's media. Floyd Mayweather, who once boasted of having earned over $1.2 billion during his career, is now reportedly facing financial ruin despite showing off his luxury. Insiders say Mayweather's careless spending, failed business endeavors, and escalating legal bills have cost him a fortune. He has jets, houses, and watches worth millions of dollars. Some claim the boxing icon is about to file for bankruptcy, while others claim he is discreetly selling assets to pay off debts.
But well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think...
Floyd Mayweather formerly held the highest position in sports fortune, earning about $1.22 billion from prize fights, endorsements, and appearances. However, as soon as the money, instead of making prudent investments or preserving financial security, it was wasted. Mayweather lived as though there would always be money coming in. Expensive acquisitions, ranging from gold-plated aircraft to whole fleets of supercars, characterized his in his everyday life. His ambition to be seen as the wealthiest, most glamorous person in sports trumped any sense of fiscal restraint. He is currently on the verge of financial disaster due to the same behaviors that gave him the nickname Money.
400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like 100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like he probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Rich
Garnered media attention not only for his perfect record, but also for the enormous sums of money he received from his bouts. He was consistently regarded as the highest-paid athlete after his fight with Manny Pacquiao, reportedly took in over $250 million, and his showcase against Conor McGregor brought in comparable sums. Athlete alive. But Mayweather used his cash as fuel for extravagant parties, private jets for his crew, and million-dollar gambling sprees, instead of using it as a basis for long-term wealth.
The highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running.
Financial difficulties have extended beyond reckless spending. His name has regularly come up in court cases involving dubious business endeavors. In 2022, he was involved in a class action lawsuit about a cryptocurrency scheme that many referred to as a pump and dump. Although the case was dismissed, it brought attention to his propensity to enter into glitzy endeavors without adequate supervision led to a heightened situation in 2024 when he was sued again, this time for allegedly directing his security to attack a man. The victim demanded damages over $3 million. These legal actions further highlight the erratic and careless nature of his financial choices.
How did that happen in your life?
What things happened? I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months.
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know.
Number 1 to hold back, Joe Roger openly denounced Mayweather's seeming indifference to tax duties. No matter how wealthy a person is, failure to pay taxes may lead to major issues with the IRS. And yes, a lot of affluent people have fallen because of this carelessness. Roger noted that Floyd's lavish way of living could be a cover for severe financial problems, because the model he appears to be following isn't new. To file for bankruptcy following years of careless spending. Tyson possessed gold bathtubs and tigers' houses, and it appears like Floyd is doing the same. Devastating playbook. Similar to how Tyson Mayweather shows off his homes, vehicles, and jewels, his finances seem precarious behind the scenes. Ironically, Floyd has frequently spoken about financial strategy, even mentioning a buy cheap, sell high strategy for his real estate holdings. But his actions betray his claims. No one doubts Mayweather's skill in the ring, as his timing and combat IQ solidified his. Though few sportsmen can claim to have retired unbeaten, Mayweather's career as one of the greatest boxers in history highlights the fact that athletic ability does not always convert into financial savvy. His discipline and attention in the ring contrast strikingly with his impatience outside of it.
Come to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
Yes.
he became the villain. And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it.
In an honest interview, Floyd's own uncle, Jeff Mayweather, questioned his financial choices, acknowledging that he no longer comprehends Floyd's unpredictable behavior, particularly his disorganized investment patterns. Floyd seems to jump right into his enormous real estate claims, raise questions among experts who how dangerous those markets can be, as do corporate transactions lacking a defined strategy and motivated more by ego than reason.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, you know, to better his life, like, you know, buying homes and buying, you know, different things, and so I mean I don't know exactly what he's doing. So I mean I haven't seen him in quite some time, and I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fights, but
With the IRS is a serious red flag. In the past, federal officials allegedly advised him to sell his properties and pay his taxes, but he disregarded their warnings. A demand that amounts to financial suicide. An extreme degree of poor management is indicated when the IRS starts confiscating assets. The matter was exacerbated by Floyd's inaction in addressing his tax issue.
You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag
Floyd addressed the tax rumors by disclosing that he had paid the IRS $26 million. However, rather than clearing up any suspicions, the revelation sparked additional inquiries, such as whether the entire sum owed was due. Lately, the timing appeared to be more about damage control than transparency. According to some detractors, the payment was made as a public relations ploy to quell escalating rumors.
$26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, I mean, $26 million.
Then just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right?
Has stated that he used his own funds to spend $42 million in real estate, buying 62 properties in Manhattan, despite growing lawsuits and financial warnings. Emphasized that no outside partners were engaged, but detractors questioned the veracity of this assertion, because the scope and timing seem disproportionate, particularly in light of his other financial difficulties.
Real estate firm bought the properties and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future
of fostering confidence if accurate. The statement has only raised skepticism because it implies reckless overextension. Mayweather's obsession with material possessions is perhaps his most harmful trait. Every expensive car, designer watch, and gold chain adds to a lifestyle he can no longer sustain. Insiders claim that he consistently spends more than he makes, and the situation gets worse when those purchases come with hefty tax tags. Floyd Mayweather is going to spend $2 billion to buy a sports franchise, and he might never have to pay taxes again since the tax code gives extremely wealthy people a lot of ways to deduct their income. And buying a sports team is the best way to do it. Purchasing a sports team is to report a loss on their tax return. As you can see, the owner is actually permitted to deduct the full cost of the sports team from future income, which will lower Floyd's tax liability. It's called amortization, and it's a lot like depreciation. However, if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, the taxes will still be due, but it won't matter because he will reinvest the money for his own benefit. See you, Floyd, and call your boy if you need tax assistance. Please follow me to be informed. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very simple to grasp. Floyd's recent vacation to Mexico in an armored tank is the perfect example of his preoccupation with spectacle. While most tourists choose luxury SUVs or private jets, Mayweather took ridiculousness to a new level, prioritizing attention over functionality. These displays may make him go viral, but they also show a man who is completely out of touch with reality when it comes to money. They have Floyd Mayweather like, well, I say kidnapped, but you know your passport was taken, so you can't come and go when you want to go, but he's not in jail, so okay. He's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it's not that bad. But we're going to see like everybody else that's crazy. You see, guy, we both made a good amount of money, but you start to burn through it. You earn $23 million a year, but you burn through $100,000 per month, so you don't really have that much money. So, no, I'm talking about everyday guys like, yeah, say we make $3 million. We're burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't have any paper like that saved up. He is most likely spending far more than that. I don't know anyone's bag, but you and I are real, and we never count anyone's papers, so even if he's earning $100 million, if he's spending $567 million a month, you still have taxes and obligations, so we don't. I hope he gets $10 billion. I sincerely hope he gets out of this, because you would think that he should be able to cash him out, like whatever the tab is, and he should be able to wire it. I believe he has all the money in the world, but they might not want it. Another Illustration of Mayweather's obsessive drive to flaunt his wealth is his projected $1 million watch collection. Fans may be enthralled with the glitz as social media is overflowing with images of rows of diamond-studded timepieces, each more spectacular than the last. Financial experts see waste because these watches lose value the moment they are purchased. I need you to listen to me talk about my watches because I have 3 cases filled with them. I like to have a variety of watches with me when I travel. So if I'm going somewhere for 45 days, I like to have 45 watches with me. As a result, people are always asking me, "What's your favorite watch?" As you can see, I got this a few months ago, and I think it's one of the best watches in the world, so I went and bought another one yesterday. Let's talk about watches, jewelry, and a few other things. I want you guys to watch me talk about my watches, so we'll put this aside for a moment. We want to get people an appetizer or something light, so we give you 2 appetizers, and then we give you a main course. Check this out, we're going to go here first, and of course the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now I need you guys to come closer and take a look at this. His preference for money over morality has always driven him to engage in contentious endeavors, such as dubious cryptocurrency scams and unsuccessful marketing campaigns. Mayweather's portfolio is a jumble of hasty choices. Financial sustainability necessitates planning, ethics, and structure, all of which Floyd consistently exhibits. As concerns about his financial management grow, so does the fear that, if Mayweather doesn't change his ways soon, he will not only be remembered as a great boxer, but also as a billionaire who lost everything. I believe he turned down a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something similar, but you have to look at the numbers. He started his own promotion while he was with HBO, and he worked out that deal to do the 24/7, where you can see the behind-the-scenes footage. At that time, social media wasn't yet, and people started to build and know Floyd off of the 247s. In fact, my wife became a boxing fan as a result of watching the 247s.